Hello everyone and welcome back. In our last video we enjoyed a little bit of Quartzsite, and here is actually some footage of us driving through the small quaint town of Quartzsite. There's not a lot going on here. It's mostly catered to the RV crowd. So you'll have a few shops here and there, you'll have some fast food places, some gas stations, but overall it's a pretty tiny town. There's not a whole lot to see really. After running some errands, we were on our way out of Quartzsite and onto our old, familiar, and faithful camping spot. We much prefer this to the craziness of Quartzsite and the surrounding BLM camping areas. We took one more final hike around the area and the surrounding hills. It was very therapeutic. But the next morning it was early rise and on to another place for the night. So we packed up and headed down once more the bumpy gravel roads of BLM land and onto the interstate. We ended up at Palooza Road, which is just outside of Quartzsite, so we spent the night there, met some absolutely wonderful people, and had a wonderful campfire with them that night. I hope to visit with them all again soon. But it was just a quick overnight stop, unfortunately, and we had to head on to our set destination for that day. Our next stop for the evening would be Lake Havasu. And the drive, let me tell you, I was expecting just scrubland and distant mountains. Little did I know that the trip would be a little breathtaking, and I really enjoyed it. Really needed it that day. It was a rough day, to be honest. We came up alongside the Colorado River as it winds through the craggy mountains. This guy was high on life, but I guess I would be too at these absolutely gorgeous views. And eventually we made it down into the city of Lake Havasu. Although our plans were to stay the night at a Walmart nearby, that did not happen. They do not allow overnight parking, so we headed 1 mile up the road to this BLM BLM land. This is the Craggy Rock BLM camping area. It was very crowded, but this was just for one night only, although I would love to come back and check this out at another time. The next morning we were up bright and early to pack up and head on out. After running some early morning errands, I spent the most of the day working along the shore side of Lake Havasu. Something very interesting about Lake Havasu is that they have the London Bridge. And when I say the London Bridge, it is truly the bridge from London. This was purchased. It was intended to be torn down in London. It was purchased by a very wealthy man, and also with help from the city of Lake Havasu. They brought it here and reconstructed it. So we are driving over that currently. Here is a view of the bridge itself. Something interesting is that on these bricks you will see numbers listed, and on white marker or paint on the bridge on there as well. That was how they reconstructed each brick by brick to create the London Bridge. After our trip to Lake Havasu, we ended up outside of Ehrenberg, which was a short drive away. Our intention was to visit the one and only Skooliepalooza, a very large gathering of individuals who live out of converted school buses, or as they call them, schoolies. We made it here towards the beginning days of Skoolie, although there was quite a crowd already growing there of RVs and schoolies and vans. We set up our flag. Ultimately, though, we did not really find the connections we were looking for. It just really wasn't our bag, and not that there's anything wrong with it. There's a specific crowd that would probably enjoy Skoolie. We're just unfortunately not one of them. So we spent a couple days and then decided to head out to something a little different. The nights were very chilly going forward, even in the desert. Yes, it gets very cold very quickly in the evening, so when that happens, I feel that sometimes the best remedy in the evening is to just heat up some water, make some cocoa or some tea, and just relax. And of course, a nice cozy fire also helps. This is all I have for you this time, my friends. You'll have to stay tuned and see what other interesting destinations we find. Take care, my friends. See you next time.